for C4G Centennial Committee meeting Tuesday, February 25th, 2025. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, have roll, please.
Chairman John Eric Hoover.
Here.
Vice Chairwoman Caroline Gonzalez.
Carolyn?
Can you hear us, Carolyn? Okay.
I think she took it off mute.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, hold on.
What is this? This dog user?
Carolyn, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, now we can. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Member Sal Carey.
Here.
Member Adam Thompson.
Present.
Member Julie Keenan. Here. Member Cheryl Taylor.
Here.
Member Kim LaCarey. Let the record show that Member Kim LaCarey is absent from today's meeting. Member Debbie Robinson.
Here.
Member Janet Applefield.
Here.
Thank you. Okay. First up is comments from the general public. I do not have any signups and I do not have any public. So that'll move on to comments from the chair and committee members. Let's start out in the virtual world. I'll start with Member Gonzalez or Vice Chair Gonzalez. Let you go first.
We have a set of minutes as well. It's not notated on the copy.
Oh, it's not.
It
Do you want to? When you want to approve those before comments, or I have to figure what
yeah,
day?
it should be the first item.
Okay.
It's up to you, but normally that's first.
Do we need to amend the agenda to do it, or
They're attached in the agenda.
I don't have them on my agenda sheet?
Are they as an attachment?
They are
I
attached.
apologize for that. They're not on the cover page.
Okay. Yep. So let's hold on a second. Let's go ahead and approve those minutes. So look for a motion for the approval of minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from last meeting.
Second. Okay. Motion second. Any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Next up, comments from the chair and committee members. We'll start with Vice Chair Gonzalez. You want to go first?
Yes, I don't have any comments right now.
Okay. Thank you. Moving on to Member Taylor. How about you?
No comments right now.
Okay. Thank you. Member Keenan.
Not at this time.
Member LaCarey, too.
I had the clerk print up a Centennial event list that has our new dates, the names of the events, the times, locations, and subcommittees. I just want some time today during this meeting to make sure everything is okay, just so we can post this information and move forward with it. So in case anyone has any comments on any of that, I just want to make those corrections today.
Okay. Did we want to look at it now real quick? Just
If you want to, that's fine.
Let's go ahead and just knock it out real quick. Obviously, February's done. Car show 12th, food truck night the 13th. That was 2 times 2. So car show 12, 10 to 2. Is that right, Cheryl?
Say that again, I'm having a hard time.
Car show April 12th, 10 to 2. Okay.
10 to 2, yes.
Okay. And then food truck night April 13th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Correct.
Okay, both those are Ocean Honda. Then we got the fishing tournament Saturday, April 19th from 6 to 3.
Correct.
At various locations at Whiskey River Restaurant. The golf scramble Monday, April 28th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Seven Springs.
That is correct.
On that, there was a flyer that was sent out that I think Kim had sent to you. Everybody had some.
Draft flyer.
Yeah.
It's just a draft. Yeah, we haven't mass produced it yet.
Yeah, I responded back to Ashley on that, but the times.
Forwarded it to her.
So when you talk to the golf thing, 8 to 2 would be the actual tournament. We'd start golfing at 8.
Yeah, but the tournament's about 8 to 12 because it's a shotgun.
It'd start at 12.
And then the buffet and prize time is probably only going to go to about 1.
12 to 1 or 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
But
So I think on there in that original flyer, there was like a check-in was from 8 to 9 or something. So we need to make sure everybody's
I didn't
checked
have a
in.
check-in.
Well, you can't. You got to.
Yeah, I mean that'd be like 7:30 then.
Yeah, we probably have.
Do you want to say 7:30 to 2?
Sure.
Well, I mean, as long as you put on the flyer, check. I mean, I think you leave it 8 a.m. start time. Check in no later than 7:45. I would have said start checking at 7. Give an hour for check-in. Golf starts at 8. Similar to what we did for the bowling tournament.
Check-in starts at 7. Okay.
Which I guess you could probably put the time on there 7 too.
That's what I'm saying. I think just so everyone, because you know people, if they think it's 8 o'clock,
Yeah,
they show up exactly like 5 minutes to 8.
Right, yeah. So I just changed that to 8 from 7.
Okay.
From 8 to 7. Business Expo Wednesday, April 30th, 3:30 to 7:30.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And in May, we've got the kickoff parade, May 10th, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. That sounds right. Walmart parking lot.
It was gonna be from 4:30 to 9 p.m.
Okay, 4:30 to 9.
All right. Yeah, I had a comment
Yes.
about 4:30, but I wasn't sure about it. So that's going to be 4:30 to 9 p.m. Okay.
And basically,
4:30 to 9 p.m.
so the parade's not starting at 4:30, right? It's just kind of preparing for that. And then what time will the parade actually start?
Yes, the parade should start like 5:30. I would say an hour, if half an hour to an hour. The parade should start from 5:30. It's only going to be hold on, the route would be like half an hour. So then the event should be from, I would say the parade starts 5 or 5:30. It's depending on how many people we have, and then who are participating in the actual parade. And then it should be from 5:30 or 6 to 9 p.m. at the waterfront park. We're gonna have the drum circle, and I'm trying to get other vendors out there.
Okay. So you want to just say start time 5:30 or 6:30?
Let's do that. Start time of the parade at 5:30, and then 4:30 setup.
4:30 setup, 5:30 start.
Yes.
And then Mayor's Ball, Friday, May 16th from 6 to 10, Spartan Manor. Well, that's right.
Yes.
Okay. Centennial Festival, Saturday, May 17th, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., Waterfront Park.
Yes.
Okay. And then Sunday, May 18th, Johnny Cash concert, fireworks, installation of times capsule, and all the other stuff, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah.
City Hall Waterfront.
Yeah. So I may have something slotted for the same day here at City Hall for the time capsule, but I'll include that later.
Okay.
That'll be later on, earlier in the day.
Cheryl, you have a comment? Okay. Okay, so I think that's everything.
Okay.
That's good.
All right.
Anything else?
Nope. That's all I had.
Member Thompson.
I don't have anything this time.
Member Outfield.
Nothing at this point.
Okay. Member Robinson. Okay. And the only thing I have, obviously, we've had the bowling tournament this past Saturday. It was I call this a semi-success just because we hope for more people, but we did have 9 teams, so we almost had 10 lanes, which was our original kind of thought process. We was hoping to get more than that, but we did have 9 teams. Just so people know, we paid 3 places. Since we had 9 teams, I gave the team captains the opportunity if they would rather vote for like place 1 and 2 or just first place instead of doing 3 places, since there was a few teams, and they all opted to stay with the three payout structure. And so we paid first place $200, second place was $100, and then third place was $60 for a total of $360 payout. $540 went to the bowling alley for the lineage. So a total of $900 what was brought in and distributed. So, but it was good. Everybody had fun. It was there, and it was a good event. Like I said, it'd been nice if we could have some more participation, but we were able to have a tournament, so that was good. Okay, and that's all I've got on that.
Mr. Chairman, related to that, can you explain, because I'll have this same issue for the fishing, how how, what the attorney said about the payout
Yeah, and I don't
structure.
know, was Matt coming back in? Okay, well, if he comes back in and covering old business, we'll talk about that because he was supposed to be finding out from the attorney on those things. I'm not sure if she got back with us or not. Okay, moving on to committee business. Item number 1, Centennial Events budget discussion. I will pass that to Member Thompson for his update.
Yes, so I put in the History and Heritage Day tour, which was $1,478. The $83.39 was the only expense I had for the bowling tournament, and I'm assuming that's correct.
That's for the medals,
Yes.
I guess. Yeah, there's nothing that we didn't spend anything.
Okay. All right. So on that topic, so we bought the medals. We got an email from the medal place. Apparently, they booked the wrong medal, so we got a higher class medal. The ones we were supposed to get were supposed to be about $1 a piece. They charged $1 we paid for it, but now they're saying that they're actually $3.49 a piece or $3.89, something like that. So and because they sent it to us after the bowling tournament, we gave them out, and they're like, "Man, you already used them." What they're willing to give us is a $25 credit on it and a 20% credit on our next order. So I think it come out to be close to $300 and then $25 off of that. Then we paid $80, so there's about $150.
Is that true that the ones that we got were actually better medals than what we ordered?
So he's saying that they just put in the wrong. I don't really know what we ordered, but
We don't have any charge.
Huh?
We don't have any charge. She said this was just still the same. This was the same price, $1.09 each. She said this wasn't
Debbie, could you turn your microphone on?
Oh, yeah, please.
She said this wasn't an upgrade. I just
No.
talked to her
when did you talk to her?
this morning.
Okay. Well, they sent an email. The CEO sent an email, which I should have printed out and sent it. But he sent it and said that whoever originally purchased it, when they put it in, they put in the wrong metal. So we got a higher value metal than what we originally were supposed to get, which was to be $1. So
Wait.
he said we owe a difference of $3.49.
When he says they put in the wrong medal, would that be us?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, they
No, it
They
wasn't. It wasn't because I was online with the lady and we did it together online. And when I called her on Friday, she said that it was the right metal, but they sent the wrong metal. That was the right metal. What I put in, I put a laurel wreath, which
no,
it was.
she's
a
not
laurel
saying it
wreath.
was our fault. He's saying that whoever processed it on their end, he said it was their fault,
Yes, it was.
and they put the wrong metal in.
Yeah.
So we got a higher class metal than what we had originally purchased or asked for, which was $1 metal. So this one that we received was $3.49, and he wants his difference of the $3.49. And what he said he would do, because it was his fault, it was $25 off the entire order, and then 20% off a future order. Thus, he wants us to pay the difference.
So we already paid the invoice for $83?
We did.
89, something
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
80,
Oh, I'm going to call it because I didn't get that call today.
$83.39.
So you're
Well, no
on the
offense, I think
CEO.
that's on them.
Yeah.
I mean,
He didn't send me an invoice or anything, but he did, state that he wanted his money, the difference.
No, that's their fault.
So, he did apologize though.
I'm sure he did.
I'm going to call back.
I don't think we should pay $300 for. I mean, no offense, the medals are nice, but they.
No, he's not. Oh, he's wanting to actually bill us for the.
He wants us to pay the difference.
Oh, no, the lady
they-
said
yeah,
that
they
this
wanna
was the
charge us
same
$300
price.
Change.
The lady said that this was also the same price, the 109.
Okay, so hold on a second. So we paid $89. So he wants to bill us more with a $20 or $25 discount.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, he wants
I
us to
didn't
pay.
hear that
He wants
today.
us to pay. Well, this is from the CEO. I don't know who you talked to. I'm just telling you, I got an email from the CEO, and he said that the medals we got were the wrong medals. The ones we received are $3.49 a piece, and that because it was their mistake, and he's the CEO, and he's calling himself to apologize, that he was willing to knock off $25 and give us a 20% discount on a future order.
Well, so when you say that, I don't hear in that commentary that they're going to charge us $300 some for them. He was just making us aware. It sounds like to me he was making us aware that the medals we got were actually $3 medals, but nonetheless he's going to knock off $20. So he's going to give us $20 back, and we're going to be in for.
The way I understood it was he wanted us to pay the difference. And he was going to take $25 off of that.
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah,
I didn't.
If that's the
receive an
case,
invoice.
no way.
I didn't receive an invoice from
I
him.
can't even believe they would even ask that. To be honest with you.
So I mean, if he was just, at this point, if he was just going to call it even, you're not going to, there's no skin off our back. I don't know why he gave us $25, but yeah, he clearly said what we were supposed to get was supposed to be $1. The ones that we received are $3.49. They're a better metal, and that he's willing to take 25% off.
These were also $3 and something, but it was on clearance. These were also good metals, but it was on clearance for $109.
And that wasn't even the one we got.
That's not-
That one you've got there. That's a different picture, right?
Yes, that's why I knew it. When I got it, when I opened it up, I said, "What are these numbers here?"
Yeah, I mean, he I haven't received an invoice from him or anything like that. He just that's what the email was. So
I think
Are you supposed to call him back?
I didn't respond, and I don't plan to unless y'all want me to. I mean, he didn't come out and say, "Hey, you owe me $200 more." He didn't say that at all. But he was. I mean, the context of the message, it was a pretty long message. He said that, and then he's like, I just wanted to apologize. This was our fault, and that's why I'm willing to offer you the $25. It doesn't seem like
It's our fault. By the way, here's your bill.
Yeah. So
The lady told me today that she was offering me $25 off our order and 20% off the next order. Just wrote it down.
Do they do challenge coins? Just out of curiosity.
do we want to deal with them?
Well, I think Vice Chairwoman Gonzalez already has a line on some coins. She got an estimate.
Well, I saw that. Yeah,
And Jackie Hanville from PD sent me the information for the challenge coins of the company that they used.
How much were they?
We're going to reach out to them and find out.
Well, if it's 20% off next order, that's could be substantial if they do that kind of thing.
Well, he probably won his $150.
Well, that's yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to give us that 20%. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, he hasn't sent me anything. I'm not gonna reach out to it or anything like that. So, unless you guys want me to. But yeah, the way I took the email,
Well, I think we got to respond back either way. I think it's
as far as I'm concerned, our transaction is through.
right. But do we? Again, we ordered something, we got the wrong thing, and again, it's $90, so it's not a big deal really.
Right.
But
So you may respond back and be like, we feel like we're good. Or you can call him back and say, hey, do you guys do challenge coins? Just avoid the whole situation.
Maybe we should start that conversation. And go,
Yeah, I'll email him back and be like, hey, do you guys do challenge coins? We're interested in that.
yes.
I'll do that. And then if he says, oh, about the other thing, you still owe me $150 for that, then we'll talk.
Well, yeah, we're not in no way, shape, or form are we paying more for the wrong item.
As long as we're all on the same
Yeah.
page.
Did anybody object to that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's
Same
our
here.
concern. Our
The
transaction with this guy
customer's
is done
always
with.
The medals that we got was, I still have the box. If anyone wants more, to look at them themselves, I can go get them. But they were zinc plated. I mean,
Yeah.
They were
I took mine home and hit my cat with it. It works good. Get off the couch. It got off the couch.
So, I mean,
if the police are listening, 6333 Ridge Road.
finance director office.
Anyway, so altogether, so far in this, we've spent 2,000.
So what's the resolution?
Well, I think I have more conversation about it. For now, we paid for them, and we got to work that out.
Yeah. So I will email him back and just ask him if there's challenge points, and then if he responds with, hey, we'll deal with that. But
If anything, if we can give him more business, I mean, I consider this particular transaction closed. That's an error
Right.
on their end. If we can give them more business to help them along, maybe they did make a mistake and, they're a little desperate, and we can provide them more business, either challenge coins, or if you want to have some sort of something for the fishing tournament, like a trophy, or we can provide them more business. But this particular transaction, I consider closed. I just,
who did you speak with? Do you know the name?
No, but I might call it tomorrow. Though.
Well, when you say close, I mean, I think they gave us the wrong metals. We should get something
Oh, yeah.
back, if not all of it. Obviously, we used the metal, we had no choice, so we were kind of forced into that. So,
but we don't want to pay more.
yeah, if he was saying,
Okay.
if
we can get a break, okay.
if we get 50% off or something, or we get, if he's willing to do something on another order we may use, if it's something we're going to be doing, obviously, if they give us 20% off and we're not going to use them, that's really nothing.
Right.
So, but have the conversation, see what they offer, because we do have some other needs, obviously.
All right, I'll call him tomorrow.
But we really feel that if this stands alone, that we should get the money back, because we didn't order these. That we didn't use them, so obviously it would be right to not get a full refund and keep the thing. Although that would be
Ideal.
that would be ideal if a good business would do that, especially on some trivial amount like this. But they were nice. I mean, they worked out. They weren't what we ordered, but we had something to give out. So they, I'd say 50% off at the least makes sense.
Yeah.
But if he's like I said, if we want to work with him on something else, decent discount, maybe that's something we look at.
I'll call him tomorrow and come back on our next meeting. So
Is the intent to return the ones that we didn't use?
No, we only got 5 something.
Oh no, because we put the sticker on the back.
Oh.
You ordered 60, right?
Yes.
Okay, we gave out 45. Because there's 9 teams. No, sorry, 36. We gave out, right? Is that right? 9-4.
94 is 36.
Yeah. So we've got 24 left.
we do, yeah, yes. So
I mean, yeah, I don't have an official count, but there should be.
It's probably around 20, 24.
You didn't give any extra.
And we can't use them for barely anything else because they're bowling. So they do got stickers on all of them.
Grab bag? No.
Well, if the committee if everyone wants a memento, I can go get them, and you guys can all take one.
I was thinking everybody might want one.
That's fine.
We put one in a time capsule.
I was
One
just going
time
to say that.
capsule.
Put it in the time capsule.
So we'll have a few left, but for what we paid, I think it was a good idea. And everyone.
Your
that got
wife was there. My wife was there.
Everyone that got one was happy. So.
So,
I couldn't thank you guys enough, both of you. I can't thank you enough.
well, you're welcome.
You were
But he did a lot of
I
work.
wouldn't have got pulled out if it wasn't for you guys.
My pleasure.
So I can stop talking. I'm hoarse. 37. We received $39,700 in cash. We spent $2,410.71. We did receive $75 for the business expo. So right now we're sitting in the bank $37,364.29. That's what we have remaining. We did receive $500 for Brana Consulting, and that's it. Any
Okay.
questions on that?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what's the Whiskey Joe's 2,500. That's still in transit, evidently. I'll follow up on that.
Well, we did receive their rent payment, so I know they got checks.
Yeah,
on
well, it's coming from California Corp or something. So
Yeah.
I mailed it last week, supposedly. So it should be here any day. Okay, I see you spell Port Richey right now. That's a good thing.
I did fix that.
Yeah. Business Expo
but-
is wrong.
Business
It
Expo.
should be SI, but that's okay. Well, you're
X. B. Oh, geez, Cranberries, Adam Thompson. All right. I do have.
at least you could do numbers.
I do have a master's degree in counting, not spelling.
I just mess with you. Okay. Anything else on budget?
No, I'm done. I'm embarrassed.
No,
Can you modify the events and
Yeah,
change
so
it to
I
the
didn't
ones-
have this list, and I'll be honest, I didn't take any notes when we were talking about last time. But yes, once
Okay.
now that I have this list, I'll go in there and fix these
Okay.
so they're correct on there because some we did away with, and
So,
so I'll fix that.
Correct. Thank you.
you did get business right on that side, by the way. So
So 102 ain't
50-50,
bad.
yeah, so.
Yeah, I should get a medal
we have plenty of medals. I'll get you one.
and a sticker.
Any questions?
I wanted to make note that member Kim McCary is on.
Hi, Kim.
She might.
No.
She's on there, but she might not be.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make
She's
note
partially on.
when I had a free moment.
Okay.
Can we amend the roll?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Caroline.
Hear me?
What was it? So yeah, did you add Kim to the meeting
If
for
they
the roll
know
call?
how many vendors have signed up for the business expo so far?
We've only received $175. I don't know if anybody's signed up. But
No.
we just,
I've gotten a lot of questions and they've asked for information and sign-up sheets, but I have not received anything back.
Okay, fine, thank you.
You're welcome.
And before we move on from budget and whatnot, because it's kind of the same category as did you figure out how to take in payments on the stuff with QR codes? And I know you mentioned that there was a direct payment thing that you guys
yeah, we have direct payment. He was working on it. Were you able to do the QR code?
Yeah, she member Kim has Member Kim LaCarey has put the QR code on the on the fishing tournament draft, and we do have a QR code, and it has a direct link. So
Yeah, so this one is.
once we get these moving,
yeah.
we can start, and that's why I wanted to get into that when we start talking about maybe at number 4. I'd like to get everyone's information on these separate events as soon as possible. It may take Kim a little while to formulate flyers, but if I can get all the basic information posted on every event on the calendar and on the Centennial page, then at least people will know all the particulars, which I have. That's why I wanted to go through this list. I wanted to make sure all the locations and start times and everything is correct. So the only question I had was for the Whiskey River restaurant. What time is that going to be? Like, what time do you want them to be at that restaurant for either? Is it sign up or like weigh in? Are they doing both?
So the captain's meeting is at 7 o'clock.
Okay, so
Sorry. The captain's meeting is at 7 o'clock
Mhm.
on Friday.
Okay.
And then the weigh-in is at 3 o'clock precisely. I've been told that you don't go a second past. And it's on,
So cat meeting is night before,
correct.
and then day of tournament
Correct.
starts at 6 from wherever they're at, and then they
okay.
weigh in at 3. Is it actually weigh in, or is it a photo? And
I think it's both. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure of the procedure, but I was told that they have to just be there precisely at 3 o'clock.
okay, because depending on the size of the redfish, if it's outside the slot, you can't keep it. You have to release it, so you couldn't bring it in and weigh it. I don't think.
Yeah, so they apparently they are given measuring sticks that they can measure on the boat and then take
So
a picture.
it's not technically a weigh in. It's actually just you bring back your
Photos.
pictures of your catches, right?
Right. But I guess they call it a weigh-in.
Right.
Trying to use the right terminology.
And on the flyer, it had a picture of a redfish. Well, actually,
I think we had the wrong fish before, but I think this is a redfish on
This
it now.
was the wrong fish.
yeah,
That was the wrong one, but
I'm not sure if that is that a red snapper or a red fish.
Yeah, hold it up.
I think it's a catfish.
Oh, this one?
I can't tell if it's a
Well,
red fish or not.
it's on the
In the packet?
Or
an email?
it's on the email from Ashley. They look at the updated draft.
But we might want to say actually on there redfish tournament.
Okay.
Oh, it's a specific.
Yes, it's only redfish.
Yep, it's only redfish 2.
2. What was the 2?
Redfish.
You said 2 something. 2.
2 redfish.
2 redfish. Oh,
You could enter too.
Yes.
you can enter 2.
Correct.
Another teacher just goes by what he told
Well,
me.
why would you enter 2? By the way, I thought you wouldn't enter just your biggest one. Or is,
I don't know. Let me look at my notes here.
Then the captain's meeting is at.
It might be a combined length and weight.
So, but, at Whiskey River. Yeah.
let me look real quick at this fishing tournament flyer.
Obviously,
It looks like a red snapper.
That's a red snapper that you got
Yeah.
on there, actually.
Okay.
So
Yeah, redfish is not quite so red.
So Kim, can you change that to a
that's a redfish.
redfish?
And it has a little kind of black spot on the tail, but it's not really red.
Can you snag that picture?
Actually, is Kim still on the call?
I can change it. I honestly, I didn't know what a redfish looked like. So
Pick the redfish out.
I think you were really close.
That would
Uh,
be 2 of us.
You got hate for effort, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm having Eric send me a picture of an actual redfish,
Yeah,
even though he looks brown.
yeah.
Thank you.
They're not really red. I think you had a red snapper on your flyer. That's okay though.
So funny.
Okay. If on the QR code, going back to that, if you can you go to the website and get to it, or is it a Phantom Link.
Soon.
Where does this
No,
take
soon.
you?
I have not put the QR code on the website, but I will very soon.
And the
Because I wanted to kind of, if I could see that flyer,
That's what I was just gonna do, is I was
we
gonna
could maybe
try it.
look at that real quick, just
That's what I was gonna try, yeah.
see if I can actually get the link here. Where'd you billing doc?
Goes right to it. Yeah, I'm right there.
Must be more to it. Where'd you billing doc? That.
Does it work?
Well,
Yes.
I'm not getting to it here. I share the link. Okay, /non-UB. Yes. Oh, dot. That helps. There we go. That's lost Ashley. Hey, Ashley, can I share?
Yes. $5.
Put it on my tab.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can. There, I might not. Okay, I can't really zoom in on that, but you can see. So basically, when you click on the QR code, it takes you to different things. Now, is there a reason it has build permits, business license on here?
Well,
So-
these are just all the other items outside of utility billing. So we can use this for
Oh,
other
for the things.
But
Okay, so they would basically click city events.
yeah, and on my phone I selected city events is the thing I selected.
And when you select city events, it just highlights it in there, right? Service description.
that's where you put like bowling or expo.
Yeah, so fishing fishing tournament or bowling or whatever that was for.
This isn't gonna pre-fill?
How would it pre-fill like
QR
custom?
code specific to, like, I'm sure golf is gonna be the same.
Yeah, so there's a lot of extra information on here. Invoice number, and it
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be confusing.
is. So explain. Is this part of the service we already have, or something that they gave us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, which was no charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
We could take the invoice number line out if that's confusing. So that can come out. Anything else can come out, but obviously everything in red is necessary. So like all the credit card information, billing, the address, all that's necessary.
Under city events, could we list the events? Mayor's ball. I actually put the charge in there, or no?
So I mean,
What would we? I mean, I'm assuming these are defined at city level.
Under service description, we could go ahead and ask them to do a drop down for that, see if they'll do that.
but but they're always going to be there, I think, right?
Yeah, they'll always be there until
So like,
afterwards.
Well, that's what you could probably remove those categories from the payment.
yeah, we can ask for a drop down for those things.
What on the non-utility items you have business license, city events, deposit, golf cart, blah blah blah, right? So under city events, you got city events A006.
Mhm.
Could you list more than one thing under the? I'm assuming you can. Normally, you wouldn't have a category with only one item. So I would think under city events, we could say, here's our 10 events and their cost structure. When you click on that, and maybe it wouldn't pre-fill, but at least it would have Mayor's Ball, 100 per ticket in the description or whatever, and then they would go down here and they would just.
That's probably how it links to the accounting program, though.
And there's no quantity on here.
Just an FYI, when I tried to do that from my phone, I don't know if you're using the computer or not, but the app, if you do it from the phone, it behaves a little bit differently and there's more options.
Oh, is there? Well, I'm on the computer. Let's see what. No, that's good information, Cam. Thanks. A good developer would expect the same behavior on both, but. So drop down city events. Well, when I do it on my phone, I select city events and it doesn't do anything different. What are you seeing? Kim? Oh.
It wouldn't let me select city events from the desktop, but it let me select city events when I tried to do it from my phone.
Oh, well, it's letting me select them on the desktop too and the phone.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't on the phone. When you click on the field, it shows them all. When you select one, it just shows the one in there. On the desktop, it just keeps it highlighted. So,
Yes.
okay. Which I'm assuming is selected. Okay. We're getting there on that, but
We'll have it done by the end of this thing.
is there
The end of the.
Into the events.
Yeah, we'll get it around there. That's a good idea.
is it possible if maybe Matt, this question for you, is it possible if I maybe come in one day and work with Adam on this so we don't have to go back and forth? Is that okay with the committee if I work with Adam on since he's a committee member, I guess
Yes. Yeah, go ahead, get it done.
is there any issue with that from a sunshine law thing?
Listen, I can. We can. So we'll make it more user friendly. We'll call tomorrow. We'll get the drop downs.
And I don't know what's possible, but
Yeah.
I mean, this is it's better that we go right to this, which is
Why don't you just put him in contact with the company and let him talk directly to the company?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I got a link. I can probably ask some questions, and I can then report back to
You're
Matt.
okay with that? Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. What
Let the record show.
Yeah.
We'll
And I-
connect them with your email.
Yeah, but the idea is much better, and it's if we have to use this would be more doable than the other.
I'd give that an A+.
But
You would?
also,
I would.
on another point, so because when somebody goes online, they're going to see that drop down list and they're going to know it's for other items. So the city, as long as you fill in those red ones, and everybody would know, I mean, that's pretty common knowledge that the red ones are the ones you have to fill in, and that one doesn't pertain to me, that one doesn't pertain to me. So, and on the flyers, it should, or at least on mine, it had it noted, make sure you fill in your name and event that you're in. And that was just a quick note next to payments and stuff.
So this
Now it just clarifies it
No,
on
no,
the
I mean, I
bullet.
get what you're saying. That's
Yeah.
kind of the thought behind it. We can use it for other things, usable for other things. And
Right.
I thought cluttering it up with other things, but I mean, we can do that if we can take them off. I don't know.
The only other thing I would add, like you were saying, is quantity.
Yeah.
But I think if people would understand, because there's other items on the list, well, maybe that's for something else. As long as they fill in the red ones and you note
Well,
on
obviously,
the,
you wouldn't have an invoice number.
correct.
Putting that in there.
And we could take that out. That's not.
Yeah.
So under city events, if you do the drop down, then you don't need the service description and the invoice number then, since you're going to be talking to them, right?
And so I don't. Obviously, they did this and they've slammed all the other stuff in there because we could use it for other things.
Mhm.
I wonder if it would be one, two things. If we could create another link with just city events in it, and then another link that has all the other stuff for later. The city events. Well, we may have city events going forward, but at least for the Centennial events, we can deprecate that after May, right? And so, for the sake of less confusion, if we could just do it through May, with just the Centennial events, and then we can look at doing this for this other stuff going forward. That'd be great.
Well,
'Cause we're running out of time to get these out. So
I think you should do one of two things when you talk to them. Is if you're going to keep, I would keep a city events thing open, because I assume that even after the Centennial,
Yeah.
we're going to want to do other things in
Sure.
the future. And having this already set up now, trial and error, going forward in the next year and the year after that, it'll be very easy, and we can always send them to the same spot. So we can, one of two questions is that ask them if they can just do a separate portal for city events, and then leave like the deposit and all the other icons as this portal, and then just create a separate one for city
yeah, and
events.
I'm
And then that
assuming
way you can manipulate that any way you want.
because
We
this
can just leave this one the way it is.
this sub page is non-UB for non-utility building.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they could do the same portal with another one.
Right, they'll just make
that
another
just
non-utility.
Centennial events, and then it would be specific for that. Again, I want to see if they could actually put the events in there, and as we click on those, if it would pre-fill some of these information, and if there's a quantity, I'll talk to them and see what can be done, and then hopefully we can get that streamlined. But it's better, way better than it was. So
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
thank you.
Actually, it was so.
No, thanks. So okay.
Adam was there.
I picked up the phone one time.
He did. You did.
Okay. Let me stop sharing here. Next up is the item number two, discussion update on Mayor's Ball for May 16th. Who's taking that one? Is that you, Kim?
That's
Or
Carolyn.
oh, Carolyn?
It's either one of us, we're both on.
Okay. Floor is yours.
I elect Kim. Thanks, buddy. So there should be. Sorry, guys. I'm in a literally in the middle of cornfields in Rockmart, Georgia. So I'm sorry, my phone keeps cutting out.
Okay.
There should be some drafts for everybody to take a look at. There's an actual flyer for the mayor's ball. There's an invitation for the mayor to actually send to people like Gus Bilirakis and the people that were the dignitaries that we had discussed. And then there's a mock-up of the ticket. So if we wanted to go through that again, there are drafts. They're not.
We lost her.
Corn will do that to your phone.
Kim, we lost you.
Actually,
There you are.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. This is actually the flyer for the mayor's ball.
And then what's the next one? There's not.
So this is the flyer. Let's see what I guess the back side of the flyer. Yeah.
That's the invitation.
Oh, that's the invitation.
The second one is the actual invitation.
Okay.
And then the third should be the mock-up of the tickets.
On the invitation, need apostrophe S on mayor's.
Yes, I know.
Okay. But that looks really good. What do you guys think?
It's all right.
The problem with the.
I can't read it.
Why it's like on there is because of the font, so I just need to change the font. What the issue was, it was putting the apostrophe like a good 2 inches above the.
Okay. Yeah, like on the first one.
Right? So
Yeah.
I have to just change the font.
Yeah, I got you. On the flyer, should you also put $7.50 per 8-person table?
It's up there. Yeah. If we
Because
want
we decided to give a
Sure.
discount for if you bought a whole table.
Yes, I can absolutely do that. Yes.
So yeah, add that.
Do we need Ocean Honda on there also?
Yes, Ocean Honda. Oh, it's on. No, yep, Ocean Honda needs on there. Presented by Ocean Honda.
Kim, did you hear that?
Yes, yes. I just didn't put it on there because I wanted to make sure that we were all good.
And obviously, we'll add a spot for the QR code for the payment site. Once that's solidified. So
This is the ticket here.
Yeah,
Fancy.
it's both sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
Excellent job.
I guess.
I'm gonna put a generic barcode on the ticket so it looks a little more official. But that was, like I said, it's just a mock-up draft for everybody to just take a look at
Yeah.
and see what you want.
No, it looks fancy.
It's very 20s.
Mm-hmm. Any comments on that?
Um,
Go ahead, Sal.
no, I just as soon as you work out the payment information, we can get this. I'd like to get this out as soon as possible.
Yep.
So
I will say that I had a phone call yesterday from somebody who wants to get 2 tickets to the Mayor's Ball. And so I told them we'd be discussing details and getting that information out on how to pay for that, today. So people are seeing, I guess, on the calendar or something. So
Kim, are we going to talk to maybe a printing company for these tickets? Are we going to do some sort of
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I was either gonna talk to who does the printing for the city, and also Space Age does printing like that, who's gonna be doing the banners, so it was either gonna be them or and I mean, obviously, we can get 3 quotes, but, it was gonna be whoever could accommodate us in a short time frame to get them out pretty quick.
What's the difference between the 2 tickets, Kim, other than the
They're
all the
back.
front and back?
They're front and back.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, she put an E in Richie. She's a fix it.
yes,
Do we need, I know it's gonna make it look tacky, but how, a QR code or some other way, because if you're gonna link that to the drop down?
say that again.
Are we gonna have a QR code on
Yes,
one of
you
the
said-
flyers?
yes.
So-
Yeah, on the flyers.
and
Yeah,
then it's gonna look tacky though on there.
Well, not if you make it a gold QR code.
Okay,
Huh?
You should be able to do a gold QR code. I think you have the capability.
okay.
Yeah, you blend in with the flyer.
They look really nice, Kim.
Thank you. Do you think, just a quick question, I did the invitation a little bit differently, just so it was a little more formal, but how do you guys feel about the way the invitation looks? Do you think that it should be consistent with the flyer, or are you okay with it being separate, or, I mean, what is everybody's thoughts?
I like it consistent with the flyer, but that's just aesthetically the way I mean, I like how the flyer looks. I think it's, I don't know how to say it, it's just, it brings more attention to it, I believe. That's just my opinion on that.
The flyer tends to lend more toward the 20s theme,
Right.
the Art Deco style. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. Yep, you're right.
So are you suggesting that the invitation
Have
have the same border?
Yes.
Yeah, that it mimics the flyer.
Yeah, so you want yeah.
Yes.
Like I said, I was just trying to give you guys some ideas. It's a mock-up, so.
Okay.
Is that an easy switch?
Yeah, it's a border.
Kim, did you hear that? They said, is that an easy switch?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Any other comments on the invitation?
Who's
Flyer?
gonna be sending those invitations out?
They'll come from the city from me, I think, right?
The formal invitations.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to. We could populate a list, and they probably should come directly from you. Probably with a small letter or something like that.
Yeah, we probably put together a letter to put in there with
So
it.
you send a letter with that also? Yeah.
Give them a little more context and what's going on. And,
Rather than just, here's a flyer, come.
Right. I know when we talked about attendees, dignitaries, I don't think we mentioned Sheriff Naco, did we?
No, no.
If we could add him,
Yes, we can add him.
okay. Any other comments? Okay.
No.
Looks good. Thank you, Kim.
Do it up.
Okay.
I do have a comment, regarding an idea that I just thought about right now. Since we are having, inviting dignitaries and other people that may not be from here local, I was just thinking about having maybe speaking to a local hotel, I could do that, and see if they would offer like a room block or something that we can have available to people who are not from in town that are coming. Let's say, for example, we want to invite some of our family and friends that are not from here and they need to stay somewhere. If we can have a room block, what do you guys think about that?
To have a what?
A room
I think
block.
it's a great idea.
Give us a special discount for.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a very good idea.
Is there normally a charge for that, or they
No.
probably just do it for the business, probably, right?
I'll check on it. I know just for like our wedding, they didn't charge us some. There was one hotel that did that said if they fill it or if they don't, they charge you. Another hotel didn't, and we chose that one, and the rooms got filled. So I'm gonna see what I can. Just an idea. Let me see if I can work it out. I'll pick a hotel or several hotels to see what they offer. And if there's no charge, I mean that's no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
So if there is a charge, that's a little different, but it depends on the hotel.
Yeah, and I would suggest reaching out to the hacienda. I can get you the owner's name for that and number, and see. Again, I don't know how many rooms they have, but so we may need other ones. But that would be a good one to, if they do, as a choice, whatever they want to stay a little more high end.
Right.
Especially if some of the, like some of the like Rick Scott and Governor DeSantis, if they do end up coming, they probably want something like that to stay at. So.
Yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Carolyn, can you talk about your email that you sent about the challenge coins?
Yes. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to that one. What I did was I'm still asking for other quotes. I do have that Sal gave me the information for the city of Port Richey's police department, who they use for the challenge points. So that's just a quote that I received. I'm still looking at three other companies.
Did you say that one that you sent that was one that the police department used?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Did you say the one that you had quote was that the one that the police department used? What did you say about the police department?
The one that I got was from the police department. It's Thin Blue Line that I originally asked from.
Okay, I thought you said something about it was something about a police.
No, I
department.
sent her that, so she's gonna.
Oh,
reach
that's
out
one for
to
other
them.
contacts. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Sal just sent it to me today, so I'm gonna ask. My goodness, I had the email. Hold on 1 second. I have it right here. Okay. So that is just an idea, so you know how what the quote is for the challenge points from that company. I do have a 15% off coupon that they sent me, so that will be included. But we would look at more of the vicinity of 100, depending on how many guests we have for the mayor's ball. But right now, I'm like the minimum is 100, so it would be $6.89 each, plus the 175 mole fee. Okay,
Well,
so that would total.
Yeah, and the good thing about that though is if we do have stuff left over, that's something that is a keepsake that I'm sure we could leverage.
Yes.
I was trying to find that email. Did you send that today, Ashley? Was it with
That was last week.
Oh, last week. Okay, I remember seeing it.
New customer message. I had a hard time finding it too.
It's Ashley's email's dated on February 25th.
It's February 19th. It says new customer message.
February 19th. Oh, that's the proof.
Yeah, it was sent to us.
On what?
It says February 19th at the top. It's sent on February 25th, though. Says
Carol,
new
what are you
customer
thinking
message on
of
February
design?
19th.
That's what today it came.
That I did want to discuss with you all, but I was thinking of discussing it next week of the design of what you guys would like. I was thinking of having the Centennial logo in the front,
Right.
and then when you flip it, then you would have the mayor's ball information. Something to that extent, but I'm not sure. I do have one, and I'll bring it in. I have a challenge coin that I was given at work, that has a little stand that those are extra. But it looks very nice. And also, I was speaking to actually my boss, and he said that he went to a governor's ball, I think it was in New Mexico. And what they did was they gave, and this is another idea, just maybe we can give this to if any dignitaries come in or anything like that. It is a framed, it's framed like the logo of the Centennial, and then you have the ticket with it. So it's framed and it's like in a plaque. Not black type of thing, but like a frame, like a picture frame, but nice. And they gave that out too. So I don't know if that's an idea that we can do as well to commemorate it.
So right now we're basically looking at $1,827 for 300 coins. Right? That's $609 each. Is that what we're looking at?
If it's for 300 coins, but are we getting 300 coins? Was the PD quote 300 or $3 a coin though?
Yeah. So the $6 a coin seemed high to me. $7 a coin seems even higher because if you just do a Google search on, I think they range anywhere from 3 to 10 or something. I can't remember what it said, but so.
I think, yeah, it's the amount of coins that we're gonna order. But I'm still doing my search. That was just the first quote I got. That was preliminary. So I'll look at others. With your experiences, what do you think should be the amount for the coins? I've never ordered these. I don't know. So what is it that they should be in the range?
Well, I mean, it's probably going to vary. Everybody's different. I'd get a few quotes to see where they're all coming in at. This one seems a little high per coin, but maybe it's right on. It'd be nice to know when the police department did theirs what they paid. How long ago that was? Can we see what?
I'm trying to remember what she said. It was a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Now, we get to see what the other ones come back as. We got a little bit of time. Obviously, it's going to take some time based on what they said. It takes 4 to 6 weeks. So we need to make a decision relatively soon to make sure we have them.
Got it.
But yeah, if you maybe get the rest of the quotes by next meeting, we can make a decision.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Have them look at a previous invoice for that company they use.
There you go. Go back and find the police department order, can you? For the challenge going.
Yeah.
And we know who.
Might be a quick way.
Yeah, I can give you that. Hold on a second.
How many they ordered and what the price was.
I can give you the company name.
Okay. Anything else on Mayor's Ball? Okay. Item number 3, selection of Centennial Celebration banner. Let's see. Who is this you, Sal? Yeah.
Yeah, so we basically just wanted to see, took everyone's ideas. Kim created a mock-up of a second banner. Wanted to see what everyone thought. If we like that, we can go forward with it. And then that would be our general banner for all the events. Number 2 is the one that was sent to us by Space Age.
First one is Kim's.
Yep.
I like Kim's. And I kind of like it with both logos on there too. Actually, looks good. In between celebrating and 100, is there a little black dot there or something? Looks like. Is that supposed to be there? Like a little black dot. I thought it was on my screen for a minute, but
No, I got the same. So yeah, it's probably.
I don't know if it's. It looks like that's the center point. Maybe.
Kim, do you see that?
Cam, you there?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
My phone keeps cutting out.
Yeah, do you see that centered black dot that's in between celebrating and 100?
I don't think so.
Regardless, Tom will take it.
Yeah, yeah,
I can go back and look though, there could be, but I don't.
yeah. It's on the one in the packet. I don't know how it got there, but I'm just pointing that out. But it looks really good. What you guys thoughts?
Looks
So
way
go
better
with
than it did last time. Yes.
I like it.
Let's go with it.
Now is this I guess this would be elongated. How big a banner are we talking?
What do they make? They make 8x4, 6x3. So probably just do a 6x3.
What's the size for a boom on the bayou?
We did both. We did 6x3 and 8x4.
8x4.
The reason I asked, I don't know if this is sized proportionally to whatever the banner size would be, so when they blow it up, it doesn't distort it.
I don't think they'll do that. They didn't do that with the boom on the
Okay.
body mock-up. So they shouldn't have any issues with this.
The second one? Sure.
I would think they would be able to resize it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they could resize it. I just if it's it's better to give them something that's a proportion of the actual size, so when they do resize it, it stays looking the same. Otherwise, as we resize it, if they're stretching it long, say your height is proportionate, but your width is not, they've got to stretch the width out, and then it elongates your circular logos instead of moving them. I don't know what obviously, if we got the original artwork, they're just going to resize it, and it is what it is. So
I'll emphasize to them that we want it as we see.
we want to look at just like this, and if they need to space it out, we might have to reformat something so that it does size, it doesn't distort anything. But other than that, I would go with this one. Would be my opinion. Any
I
objections?
suggest that's 8x4.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you, Kim.
Thanks, Cam. Looks good.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Next up is item number 5, subcommittee event updates. Do we have any subcommittee event updates? We kind of talked a little bit about fishing tournament. Did you need anything else on the fishing tournament? Yes. Did Nancy opine back on the prize stuff for fishing and golf?
So that would have been the same thing that you had with.
Bowling is accepted in the statutes.
Oh, true. You have my flyers.
Oh yeah.
We did find a couple of bands. One of them was $20,000.
20,000.
20,000.
Oh, Johnny Cash bands?
No, 20,000.
Well, hold that thought. Let me cover the fishing stuff first.
I thought we were done.
Not yet.
One thing at a time.
I don't know if she has responded back on that. But I didn't know she talked to you.
She copied you on it
Oh, she did respond to it? Maybe I did see it then.
Thursday.
Okay. What'd she say? Thursday was the 20th.
Short answer, no.
Right.
That's when we talked, said just use the general money you have from all the events to put the prices out there.
So I'm gonna read this so everybody, and it applies to the golf as well.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Thank you, Matt. In follow-up to my February 13th, 2025 memorandum addressing the Centennial Bowling Tournament, I was asked whether entry fees charged to participants of the fishing and golf tournaments can be used to pay cash prizes. Question posed, can the entry fees collected for the tournaments be used to pay cash prizes to the winners of the tournaments? Short answer is no. Entry fees cannot be used to pay a valuable purse or prize. And so, not like bowling tournaments, golfing or fishing tournaments are not exempt from the state of Florida's gambling statutes. And it goes on and it points out some different things. And so basically, the way that prizes would have to be done is they would have to be set, whether a sponsor or the city or somebody posts prizes, and then so they aren't attached directly to the entry fees. So you charge entry fee, you give a prize, but they can't be connected, if that makes sense. So like in bowling, we had $40 of the entry fee going towards the prize fund. Can't do that on the other ones.
Well, how do you do that without? I mean, like say our costs are $280.
That's exactly
What do we do
the
with?
issue.
How do we charge them $400?
Well, I don't think there's a problem charging $400. You just can't tie that residual to fund the prize.
But what do you do with? You're gonna
So,
explain a lot
for
more.
example, the bowling tournaments, use this as an example. $40 of that was for the prize. We had 9 entries, so we had $360 in the prize pool. We distributed $360. That, by statute, is gambling. Except at bowling tournaments, it's accepted. You can do that for bowling. Okay, so you couldn't take that 400 from 280, which is 120, and put it towards the prize. You can charge 400. But you put a prize out there, not knowing what you're going to have entry fees covered or whatever. Let's say first place gets 1,000, second place gets 500, third place gets 250. So there's 1,750 in prizes. You may not have the entries to cover that, and that's okay. You may have more entries that cover that, and that's okay. My understanding, as long as you set the prize and it's not attached directly to that, it will offset it in the end. Potentially, you're going to get some of it back, but it's not calculated based on that. It's a set prize amount. Is that your assumption too?
So as long as I don't do it by percentage, as long as I say like it's 500 for this one.
What you need to do is
Establish a prize fund.
right. You
Okay.
as a committee say we're gonna appropriate out of all the budget we have this set price for each of these events.
Okay.
And then
So the ones
Or-
that sent was sponsored because he's sponsoring some too. So
Well, so
divvy that
we
up.
talked about Ryan was want to sponsor a golf tournament. He can sponsor the prizes, so he can say, "I'm giving $5,000 to be used towards the prize fund," and you can divvy it up that way.
That would be a lot easier, and then we could just charge like 300 per team, and then if he covered that, that would make it. It would all work out well.
That's one way to do it. If you could sponsor,
Because
Right, but I guess that sponsorship idea needs to be finalized so that I can kind of come up with a prize finalization. So I
yeah.
can-
Well, we can talk about a prize fund from the city perspective as a budget item,
Okay, so is that okay?
and then
I can make an exact budget based on this assumption of a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
Okay,
what's the minimum that you need per team just to cover the
280.
costs?
280.
280 covers costs.
Remember out Applefield? Do you?
Yeah, I'm just reading my notes of what I was told.
Okay.
And so I don't know what a typical, because I've never been fortunate to win one, so I don't know what a golf scramble tournament normally pays in prizes.
Well, typically,
A lot of times they're for charity and whatnot, but
Virginia has different laws. So in Virginia, it depended on whether you were a municipality or whether you were private or whether you were public. So if you were municipality, you could not give cash, but you could give whatever prizes. It didn't matter. So it just depended. But typically it was rounds of golf and golf gear plus a prize for the big one, and then a little less and a little less and a little less.
Oh, yeah, I wonder too. Maybe ask Nancy as a follow up. If you don't give cash, but you use that cash to buy the prizes, does that absolve you of
That's
the
where I
gambling
was.
statute?
That's the question. But either way, we can easily establish this is first prize, this is second, this is closest to the pin, and go with that.
Yeah.
So
I would say if you can find out, and your husband may know, they probably do stuff, right? Scrambles. If you could maybe say what normally prizes are when they have a full course or whatever.
it is.
If it's 1,000 for first, or
that's what I'm
500
basing
first.
it off of. Yes.
So.
And that depends on the level of tournament. That changes
Sure.
every single tournament. Yes. Yeah.
And this is the best ball tournament we're talking about, right? Scramble best ball. So yeah, find that out, and I think we'll have to figure out how to handle the prize fund, but we can't tie it to the fees.
Gotcha.
Same thing on fish tournament. If you could figure out what's normal purse for a tournament or whatever, then we can figure out what we need.
So, I was told typically $1,000 for first plus some type of prize, a trophy or a picture or something.
Free bass boat, all kind of good
what's that?
stuff. Not just free bass boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they do. Sponsors, they give away a boat.
Right. And then 500 or 300. But my question is her answer only apply to municipalities? Because my understanding is that's how fishing tournaments run, is that they gather how much money they've collected and then pay out.
No, so
It's run through the city.
this is Florida statute, applies across the board. It's not just municipalities.
So whatever they're doing is,
I mean,
is incorrect.
There's stuff that goes on in the world that is technically against the law.
incorrect.
So, but as a city, we can't do that.
We don't want to
obviously.
do that. Okay.
But we could, but we'd be in big trouble for it. So.
Yes. So I'm going to go with what I was told is typical is $1,000 for first, 500 for second, and 300 for third.
Okay.
And then some type of.
So your $1,800
right.
prize budget. What was yours? 1,500.
It varies on which.
I need trophies.
I will say this, which could have lended itself to why we didn't have as good as participation as we'd hoped for in a bowling tournament, is because we didn't post. So nobody knew what the purse was. If you put out there that first place wins $1,000, then you kind of say, okay, I'm paying $100 to get in. I could win 10 times my money. I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
Or if I pay $100, what am I getting for it? If you don't know that, it probably prohibits you from entering. So if we do post a prize like that, it'd probably get a better turnout.
So will the entries still offset the prize fund budget?
They can.
Because we set them as we're supposed to, right? But then she's still going to collect entry fees, and then
Yeah, because anything, it depends if you're still collecting extra money.
Right.
But if you reduce it down, it's going to cover the cost, then it won't.
Yeah,
paying out $1,000. This is a community celebration. That's wild to me.
that is kind of.
I've played a lot of golf scrambles for charities. Never got $1,000 for winning. Never. Now again, Florida maybe is different.
Well, if you figure your team's paying $400 to play in a tournament, you're getting your money back plus $500.
Lunch.
You're not getting $1,000.
Not everybody. Only the winner would get that.
Right.
But again, if you're doing it, again, the ones that I played in for charity, we weren't playing to win, right? The prize. It was, we were giving money to charity. A lot of places wrote it off because it was a charity event.
Well, we can approach it that way too, and we don't have prizes. We just charge $400, and it's for
We'd have to
Centennial
find a charity to send it to, though.
Well, we're a nonprofit, so technically
so we would be the charity.
the city is a charity in that
Okay.
aspect.
Again, money could go towards the
Centennial.
other,
the fireworks or whatever.
There's still a lot of money to be.
So there's that too. But again,
especially if we pay $20,000 for.
that probably opens up, like you said, the write-off. A company could sponsor a team; they're getting tax write-offs because they're not getting anything for it.
My current estimate's like 2,000, but by the time you pay for physical prizes, it wouldn't actually be a ton of cash.
Realistically, and I'm not trying to be negative or Debbie Downer, but realistically, how many teams do we think
would actually participate?
I went 25, but I'm hoping for a minimum of 15. But I'm thinking we'll get 20.
I'm hoping for,
So you think 20 teams of 4 are gonna do the golf scramble?
That is my hope if we can get it advertised. Yes.
And I
Okay, is that a realistic number?
Yes.
I'm glad that you're being optimistic. I'm not trying to
I thought I was
say
being a
that.
little pessimistic.
But I just know that we only got 9 teams and we were scrambling around to make the 9th team at the bowling tournament, and that was only $100. So that's kind of where I was going with that. And we advertised the heck out of that bowling tournament.
yeah, the only
So I just think we need to be a little bit more realistic about the golf.
yeah, Kim and I totally agree with you there. Although golf and bowling are different, there's a lot more people that play golf and do that probably than bowl. But again, the price. Like my neighbor, for instance, plays golf every week. I'm sure he'll get in a tournament with 3 other guys. So I think I think it's a different sport. It's a different thing. It's
Well,
will probably be better received than a bowling tournament, but you don't know for sure.
another point to make. So when they're playing the tournament, the cost for them to have golf and lunch is going to
Around the
probably be
golf.
less than $100 a person, or it's going to be $100. We have it set at $100 a person, but if we can bump it down to the 300 or whatever, that's less than $100 a person. Where most of the time you go to play a round of golf, that's $100 a round. You throw a couple beers, they're going to normally pay $120 per person.
I would say a round of golf there's probably around.
So they're
$50.
getting a deal.
Yeah, it's
They're really getting a deal, and so that's why most people jump on the tournaments, and that's why a lot of golf courses don't want to do them, especially this time of year. I had 4 golf courses that told me, "Nope, we can't do it. It's the wrong time of year. We're too busy."
Yeah.
So.
And you do get on one of the par 3s, you get a chance to win a car if you hit it in the hole. So
Right.
there's
There's a lot of incentive.
and they normally have other things closest to the hole, different things. There's
Yes, we got
prizes.
longest putt and closest.
3
to
rounds
the
of
pin.
golf. I think they're donating for some stuff, right?
Yep.
So I don't know. You never know until the tournament, but I would hope it'd be better than bowling. But your point's well taken, Kim. I was a little disappointed in the bowling tournament turnout. I would say that just so everybody knows, we had 9 teams, but 1 team was put together at the last minute. 2 teams were sponsored. Well, that 1 team put together last minute was actually the police team. We had 1 police member show up. We kind of made that team happen. So those are 2 sponsored teams. So you had, at the 9, you've got 7 left. 1 team was Sal's team. So take that away, it's 6 teams. 1 team was my team. I didn't bowl on it, but they had a sub in there for me. That's 5 teams left. Friends of Yours was another team, right? So that takes it down to 4. Family of Applefields, that was
So if you take that away,
we probably had 2, maybe 3 teams organically built out of that. So by far, it was an event we put on for ourselves.
okay, so I have a couple more questions. So, to Kim's point, so realistically, the captain who I'm working with said we should get anywhere between 10 and 20 entries. I'm hoping I'll go at the low end and say 10. So that would be, and they're 150 if they register early. So that's $1,500 almost to cover the prize money. Although he said a lot of people sign up at the captain's meeting. But okay, so how are we going to pay this money then if we can't, like, what, the same issue you had with
Is that a
bowling?
budget item? The city will post it, or the sponsor post it, or
It'll come out of the budget.
it come out of the budget? So
Okay, so we can have checks or however to present, because I thought at the bowling, you said
Well,
we couldn't, the
so-
city couldn't present money. So how do
yeah,
I
so
do
the city
that?
can't present money. So that's
So
an
how do I
option
pay?
for us to put up the prize money. I guess we can't do that, right?
We can't really check.
But that's cash. I thought we couldn't pay cash.
Check.
Well, still, I mean,
That's still cash.
it's an instrument of cash. Unless check is considered different. I don't know. Maybe it is.
I don't remember.
We could pay cash prizes. If a check is not a cash prize, and I would think it would be considered that, but I don't know.
So, well, we were talking about, yes, you really, because
Adam, turn your microphone on, please.
so what you're looking at, when you get audited and stuff like that is, this is everything that goes into the general fund is general fund money. So whatever you take out of the general fund is general fund money. So, you're writing $1,000 check to somebody for a, I mean, it's not impossible. It's not illegal. It just,
But I thought that was the whole issue at the bowling alley, that we couldn't pay money for people at the bowling alley.
Well, we handled the money outside of that.
Correct.
So it didn't come
So-
through the city.
Right, so now I'm asking, so now
But
what am
that's-
I supposed to
But
do?
again, that covered the prize fund, and it's an accepted item
Correct.
from a statute perspective. So
Right.
there is no. It's not gambling. This is if you have entry fees. If you handle outside the city, you can do that, but you can't. You're going to have to get a sponsor to do the prizes.
So what she's saying is that with Whiskey River then host the tournament, and basically they would all the entry fees would go through Whiskey River and then be paid out by Whiskey River. Is that
No, I
is
don't
that what
want-
we're talking about, or is that the option as opposed to the city issuing a check?
No, because the money has to come into the city for the tournament.
But that's why we're setting up the whole payment site.
Yeah.
Right.
We just need to make sure that. I mean,
I'm just trying to find out how I pay my money out. And
I get
the second part of my question is now, can I also give, and Julie might have these same questions, can I give a trophy or can I give some type of prize?
we can definitely give trophies, right, Adam? That's
yes.
Well, if she sets a budget, whatever her prize fund is, and then we just add a little more for whatever trophies may cost, and include that in your final budget, then and we agree upon that, then that's where it would come from. It would come from the sponsorship money to buy the trophies, just like we did the medals or something else. No, that's not a problem. Trophies actually
Yeah, but
the easiest.
prize money is apparently. So if you can get some clarification how we
Yeah,
pay it, how we can pay out the money, please.
I think because of time, because we
got council.
we have council meeting very shortly, and actually it's time to set up. I think as an agenda item, I'd like to put both prize funds on as items
Yeah,
so we can
absolutely.
lock them in, and then just get clarification on
Yeah.
how we can distribute and set
That'd be
that at
great.
the next meeting so it's done.
Nancy's not here, is she?
All right, to finalize, because I know Kim put out a mock-up flyer for the golf tournament,
Yeah, I
and
think
we
she's-
need to get that out, and I need to be able to print that and make it final.
Did you look at that? Like, did you have any changes on it?
I did not.
Okay.
And I can't even find it on my phone. So, can we bring it up? The golf flyer?
The golf flyer?
That was.
I don't have access to my email.
That was. I do. It's an email.
Kim,
But-
would you be able to
Okay,
add
Ray?
the prize amounts onto the fishing flyer?
No.
Oh,
it was
you didn't
several
send it
days
out
ago.
to us.
It was
I
several days
sent
ago.
it out, but it wasn't today. No.
When
I
was
know,
it?
and I can't. It's not showing up on my emails at all.
It came from Ashley.
It did. I remember seeing it come across my phone, but it just.
I don't.
Well,
I didn't
then
see.
what-
I didn't see a golf one. Did you send her a golf one?
I sent it to everybody.
Yeah, it was a draft, a golf draft.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
20th, yes.
I got it. Let me share.
But the one thing was, we need to get that out as soon as possible. So we need to finalize a price, which means we need to know: do we have a sponsor? Do we not have a sponsor?
So looking at it right now, the thing is that if we're going to have a prize fund, we have to put that on flyer.
Right, it has to be
So-
on the flyer.
So that would promote that, and then we'd have to lock in what we're gonna what we actually gonna tell per team, because like she said, if we're gonna get the prize fund sponsored, then we don't have to tell them 400 per team. We basically just got to tell them whatever it is the cost to golf, because you know what I'm saying. So if we're gonna get the prize fund sponsored, then it would only be $280 per team. You know, whatever the minimum is you need to cover 7 springs. So I think between now and next week, I mean, it's a great draft. But we need those last couple of items so we can push this out.
Yeah, so we do need to change, Kim, we do need to change the time on there because the golf itself is from 8 to.
Yeah.
8 to
Yeah, I
Yes,
sit there
I
back.
used that as a placeholder. I just made those times up. I used it as a placeholder because I wasn't 100% sure on the time. So I just made that up as a placeholder so you guys could take a look at it and let me know the exact time.
Yeah, and you got to put something on there about the payment and how they pay and who
Well,
they
that-
send their check to and all that kind of
That
stuff.
would be the QR code and everything once we get that established. So that would go on there.
And
And I'll mention that.
Kim, you got 2 T's in Trinity. Just FYI.
Okay. Sorry, I was rushed to get that out.
No, you
Sorry.
apologize.
So Kim, on the fishing one, so we just have to change the picture to a redfish, and if you can add the prizes, 1,000, 500, and 300.
Well, do we want to wait till we?
No, I'm going to go with those because that's what I was told. Or wait for what?
Well, we got to figure out how to fund them, right? I mean, I know you want them that, but if we can't, if the city can't do it, then we're going to have to get some other methodology to.
Well, we have $37,000. Well,
Well, if-
$17,000.
If the city can't post cash prizes,
Right.
that's the question. So
Okay.
if we get that answered, we can
Then we can move forward.
next meeting we can. Yeah.
All right, so on mine end, I'm going to
Yeah, because I want to get mine out as well.
I'm going to go by the club this week, have lunch. So I'm going to go to the pro shop and I'm going to, because he's giving us discount on merchandise as well.
Mm.
So I'm going to make up, if we just use merchandise along with the rounds, and I'll have a plan so we can go by that and not use cash prizes at all. But and then my second choice. So then next week we will have a chance to
Okay.
be able to vote on that and finalize it, get that out because we've got to get it out. Next week is the latest possible.
Can anyone please send any of these ideas that you just mentioned that needs to be on these flyers to Ashley? So then she'll forward them to Kim, and we can make those changes. Even the prize fund idea, we can still put it on, even though we need to
As a
discuss it.
placeholder,
We
yes.
started to discuss it, and she'll just place it as a placeholder. Doesn't make it permanent, just puts it in the section of that flyer.
Yeah, so it's ready to go if it's.
So we'll mock up 1,005 something, but now I'm not saying that that's what it is. I'm just saying that's will be the placeholder, and the same thing for yours. So include those in your emails, and in that way we have that done. Because I'd like to get all these flyers done. Like that's what March is supposed to be for.
Right.
It's supposed to be push out month. So even for this Centennial celebration, we're gonna have to do a flyer for the final May 18th one and get these all out. But and I'll be working on that with Kim as soon as possible. But any changes that you see or need, please let us know as soon as possible.
Can I recommend too for the fishing tournament, if the event non-cash prizes, look at different things, kind of like what Julie's doing. Maybe it be fishing equipment, things like that coincide with the tournament on what maybe that dollar amount you would want as a prize fund, but for first prize they would get this, second, and so on.
My understanding is these are all cash things. They fish for money.
Well, the other ones do, but I think that
Would it be in a city event? And maybe it's
I think that if we say that hey, you're going to get a $1,000 in gear, fishing gear, I think
Yeah.
people would be just as excited for that as they would for money.
Just as a backup.
As a backup, just in case we have to do that.
The other question to ask legal or to clarify, if we gave a gift certificate to
Yeah, that's the same question. If
Right.
there's a Bass Pro Shop gift certificate.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
right,
say.
yes.
So what I'm reading is the expenditures on this has to meet certain regulations. If you're getting out prize money, from what I'm reading, you have to there has to be a provision in our code that allows for prize money and stuff like that. So you'd have to do that. So anything over a certain amount of money, I think it said, if you're doing anything up to 5,000, it has to be regulated by the Department of Agriculture. But ultimately, for us to expend any money out of our general fund, it would have to be there would have to be a provision for it, and also it has to be budgeted for. So like spending money to buy pipes, you can't do that without the board saying that. So, I mean, I would get clarification from Nancy, but I mean, it's possible if you guys vote on making those recommendations, as long as it's an expenditure. But I'm gonna be honest with you, everything I'm reading, I mean, there's nothing that directly says that you can pay prize money out of the general fund. We can't throw parties. We can't give anybody a bonus. I wouldn't in my mind think that you could take money that is in the general fund and do that, unless you were doing it in a separate account. Like we were putting money in a separate account, a trust fund, and use that money that isn't appropriated in some way. Everything that comes in the general fund is appropriated in some way. We have the money that is appropriated in the city events. There's nothing in there that says there's prize
Well,
money
so
involved in it.
we have sponsors that have provided to this, right? So, for instance, $20,000 motion Honda.
Mhm.
It's a general sponsorship. They didn't say, I want this much to go here, this much to go here.
Right.
We should be able to, for instance, I would think, it's a question I got to ask, but I would think from paying out the prize money.
Adam, I know that, I mean, obviously Nancy's the city's legal counsel, but can we ask the auditors their opinion on that? Because the city gets audited typically twice a year. Is that something that we can ask them, that they would be able to provide?
Well, they couldn't give us any legal anything. I mean, if there's they're out of New York as well, so the Florida statute is a little different. But I mean, the thing is, it's like, again, I don't have the legal background to say yes or no to it. I know that, from what I'm reading, I can't find any statute that says that the city can do that. What it does say is any expenditure out of the federal government. But the problem is this: we're taking this money, even though it is a donation, we're taking it to sponsor for our city event expenditure line, which in that expenditure line, I mean, there's no provision inside our code that says that we can give out gifts. But again, if legal says we can do that, we can write a check.
Well, if council needs to entertain a resolution or whatever that says that city sponsorship money, and we have a sponsorship policy, maybe we just add in there that out of the sponsorship money, we're able to expend cash prizes for the events that are being sponsored, something like that. I don't know. Ask Nancy, but
I can't see anything here that says that we can. That's my thing. I don't see anything.
we'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
I think
But legally, we pay her to make those decisions for us. So
Right.
if she says yay or nay to it, then that's the way it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
this needs to be number one on next agenda, so we can
Yeah.
get
Either that or it has to be turned into a charity event.
Yeah.
And obviously, we'd have to update the QR code based on whatever you're able to work out as well. For the
well, for the payment
Right.
amount.
Yeah, because obviously we're
Still to have the event, just
Yeah.
with the charges, maybe cheaper to get in. It's just for fun thing or whatever.
so we'd have mine
Well,
would be 300
I
instead of
don't think
400.
the fishing's gonna be that. They spend a lot of money on fuel,
No, I get it.
so, yeah.
I mean, you could do it. It would be easier for us to say we'll pay
Gas
for your
card.
fuel. I mean, it's easier to say that. The thing is you're looking at a couple different things. I mean, you get and everything we do is public knowledge. So if somebody comes there and says, "Oh, you gave John Smith $1,000," you can't. I mean, you can sit there and say all day long, "Well, it come out of the $20,000 from whatchamacallit," but it's just one of those things. I don't know. I just don't find anywhere where it says we can give out prize money in the state statute. But again, I'm not a legal expert. So.
All right, we'll get to the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, legally, you can, a lot of times, just other nonprofits, you can separate the sponsorship money, has its own separate complete account, and then the city has its money. So we would not be able to take any city money, but we might be able to pull from the sponsorship, and that's what he's
Yeah.
trying to clarify.
Right.
Like if you might
You're
have to make a
commingling
separate
sponsorship
account.
money with general fund money, and it's
Right, and we might not be able to even
Maybe it has to be set
legally
its own
combine
fund.
that money.
That's possible too.
Yeah, that legally that might not be okay. It's sponsorship money and just city money shouldn't be together. Maybe I don't know. That's
All
the
right.
clarification.
I think we're going around. We need to move.
We're not a nonprofit. I mean, that's the thing too. So you can't use that. We don't have a 401c. The fire department does, but we're not a 401c. So it's not like you can argue that fact that we're a nonprofit. No, we don't pay taxes and stuff, and we technically can't make a profit, but we're not a 401c.
Okay.
we aren't.
Mm.
What are we?
We're a municipality.
Then we can't do it as a
Is it
charity
what's-
event.
We just don't pay taxes.
I thought we still
Yeah, we're
501c3.
So some of the stuff we give out, if we grants and things like that, I mean, it's not covered under that. So the fire department has a 401(c), so when they get donations
Yeah,
from
501c3.
yeah, that's what I meant.
Motion to adjourn.
I got a motion to adjourn.
I got okay.
I just want to make sure that it's clarified by next week.
Yeah, we will.
Motion.
Okay.
I got a motion
Cool.
to adjourn. Is there a second?
I will second that then.
Okay, motion a second. It's non-debatable.
No, so we've gotten 2 emails that we got like a month ago that haven't still not been addressed. I asked to put them on the agenda here, and they're on for old business. I know we need to go, but they should be an agenda item. This person who offered to do entertainment, and they've even written secondary emails, and then also this captain who wanted to do charter
Yeah,
things. So I think we need to
We're not in a
be
position to
courteous
assign
and
that.
resign
We'll
and
definitely look at it.
respond.
Okay, I got a motion a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.